All right, guys, in this video, we're going to be having a general discussion about the PlayStation 5. We are very, very close to this console finally launching, and I think most of you can agree with me when I say that the journey up until this point has been a very interesting and exciting one. And so I came across some news regarding Resident Evil Village that inspired me to want to make this video, because I feel as though a lot of you will be able to genuinely appreciate this video. Those of you who have been following the channel for a while, or even those of you who maybe have just started following the channel and enjoying the content recently. Either way, I think you will be able to enjoy this, because what we're going to be talking about is the fact that the PlayStation 5 has proven many people wrong. And I feel as though now is a great time to produce this video, because the embargoes are going to be lifting. We're going to have a lot to talk about. The games are launching. Finally, we're going to have a lot to play and talk about. There's going to be a lot to discuss. So I wanted to get out ahead and make this video, because honestly, I probably won't be thinking about this anymore once the PlayStation 5 actually launches. So when I say the PS5 has proven a lot of people wrong, I'm referring to the many negative fear, uncertainty, and doubt rumors that have been peddled for a while. Pretty much ever since the PS5 was a thing that people started to talk about, that's when a lot of the negative rumors started to crop up. Now, I don't want to sit here and make it sound like all of the rumors surrounding the PlayStation 5 have been negative, because that's obviously not true at all. There have been a lot of very positive rumors, a lot of exciting ones, some that have turned out to be true, others that have turned out to be untrue. And so when it comes to the negative rumors specifically, I can't help but look back and think about how wrong a lot of them were. And the reason why Resident Evil 8 or Resident Evil Village specifically kind of inspired me to talk about this is because I'm sure many of you saw the news recently that Resident Evil Village will support 4K with ray tracing on the PlayStation 5. And it brought me back to that unfortunate rumor that was clearly not true, where apparently the PS5 was struggling to run this game at 1080p 60 frames per second. Now, we do need to understand that as of the time of this recording, we don't know what the frame rate for this is going to be. I can assume that because it's going to be implementing ray tracing, it's going to be a dynamic 4K resolution with ray tracing at 30 frames per second and HDR, which sounds pretty good to me, right? Obviously, 4K 60 FPS is something that we all want to see. It is yet to be revealed whether or not this game is going to have a 60 FPS performance mode. It's assumed that it will, but we need further confirmation on that. And I remember when this rumor came out, there were a lot of people who were running with it, making it sound as like, oh, yep, this is what you can expect with the PS5. It's a development nightmare. It's having all these issues, and Resident Evil's a nightmare, and people just started to run with it and really try to make it sound as though third-party games specifically were going to really struggle on the PS5. Meanwhile, they're going to run perfect on the next generation Xbox and PC, and the PS5 is going to be the big outlier. Now, that's just one of many negative rumors that at this point, clearly it's been proven wrong. I mean, I made multiple videos at that time discussing why I think it's extremely unlikely that there's any truth to these rumors, and even if there is any truth to them, it's really not that serious of an issue. The game could just be very unoptimized, and all they have to do is actually optimize it, and what do you know, it's going to run just fine. I'm assuming that if there were any issues, clearly they worked it out, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be out here randomly announcing that it's going to run at 4K with ray tracing. But some of the other rumors that pop up are the overheating rumors. I'm sure you guys remember those ones, where apparently the PS5 was rushed and they decided to overclock it to 2.23 gigahertz, and they're having a difficult time getting the cooling under control, and you know, they're just in complete panic mode due to everything that Microsoft has revealed about the Xbox Series X, and Sony and the PlayStation division are completely shook. Yeah, I'm sure you guys remember that clear as day. I know I do, because when I heard that, you know, I really just thought, like, this is completely ridiculous. Okay? Like, a lot of these rumors are just ridiculous. They've been they've always been ridiculous, okay? There have been rumors about the PlayStation 5 is going to be sub RDNA 2, it's going to be RDNA 1.5, and here's the thing, like, that conversation, as we've established, is a completely pointless one in the first place, because when it comes to the PS5, it is a highly custom console, okay? It can't be classified as RDNA 1, RDNA 1.5, RDNA 2, RDNA 2.5, or even RDNA 3. The reason why we mention RDNA 3, the reason why there are individuals across the internet who mention RDNA 3 is because the assumption is there may be some features that were worked into the PS5, some custom features that Sony developed alongside AMD that may end up being picked up by AMD and utilized and implemented into RDNA 3 in the future. But RDNA 3, as of right now, isn't really a thing yet. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it's going to entail exactly. So yeah, technically you cannot call the PS5 RDNA 3. But even if it did have some RDNA 3 features, it's still not RDNA 3. It is a custom console. Okay, Sony customized it for their needs and their needs alone in collaboration with AMD. And if AMD likes some of the stuff that Sony came up with for their needs, then they may utilize it in the future, or implement it in the future, or implement it into RDNA 2. So I'm just mentioning this because, you know, there have been just all of these rumors, as I've said, that have just continually been proven wrong. But what I really want to kind of end this video with, or just drive this main point home right now with, is the PlayStation 5 has not only proven all of these, you know, rumors about overheating, RDNA, it's rushed, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna have a struggle doing 1080p. It's proven all of these rumors wrong, while simultaneously showing people things that have actually done a great job in getting them excited for next-gen gaming. To some, that may sound like hyperbole, but I assure you it's not. You don't have to take it from me. If you don't want to take it from me, just go look at the numbers that Sony has been putting up on their social media. Go look at their YouTube videos. Go look at the teardown and how well that did. Apparently, it's the highest viewed teardown ever for a piece of technology. Now, I don't know if that's 100% true, but look at the games. Look at the hype and excitement for Demon's Souls. The excitement for Spider-Man Miles Morales, even games like Sackboy and Godfall, even Bugsnax. Look at the excitement that's there, okay? That's genuine excitement for next-gen gaming, okay? Yeah, I know Spider-Man Miles Morales, it's cross-gen. I know Demon's Souls remake, it's a remake, but still, to a lot of people, Demon's Souls is like the first proper next-gen game because of how incredible it looks. I mean, they're clearly demonstrating the difference between a remaster and a full-blown remake, a next-gen remake. But it's not just that. Sony has revealed many games that will be coming out, not in 2022, not in 2023 or 2024, games that are going to be coming out in 2021 over the course of the next year, okay? All of this has culminated into something that I think is worth pointing out before we go into launch, where, you know, the PS5, I don't want to say it had an uphill battle, because let's be honest, that's just not true. The PS5 was always going to do well. Sony has completely dominated this current generation with mind share and market share. Okay, so it was always destined for the PS5 to do well, but the big question is just how well. You know, Sony had everything to lose, and there were many people who came up with these rumors, who made these things up, who ran with these rumors to try to convince you that that's exactly what was going to happen. Sony was going to lose. Sony was going to falter. They were going to completely fall flat on their face, or at the very least, do some serious damage, right? And I don't think that that's the case at all. I really don't. In my opinion, Sony has mainly doubled down on what worked for them this current generation. And luckily, what has worked for them is what we all care about, and that is make great games. Obviously, make great hardware, but it's like Mark Cerny recently said in his interview. I'm not going to quote him, but paraphrasing, the hardware doesn't really mean much if the games aren't there and if the games aren't doing much. It's what the games do with that hardware that matters more than anything. And this is where I feel like, you know, Sony really did put it best when they said, we're going to let the games do the talking. And that's exactly what Sony did. Yeah, they did their presentation with Mark Cerny. It's an obligation for them to do that. Okay, they did their teardown. They talked about the hardware when they needed to, but in general, they let the games do the talking. And you know what? As I said, all of this has culminated into a launch that, in my opinion, is looking like possibly the best console launch, at least one of the best console launches in gaming history. I don't want to say it's the best because that's obviously subjective, but from where I'm sitting, the hype is real. And I say that not to just hype everybody else up like, yeah, the hype is real, guys, go PlayStation. No, because there's a reason why it's there. There's a reason why people are sitting here at the edge of their seats just waiting for this console to arrive to boot up Demon's Souls, to boot up Spider-Man Miles Morales. Because not only do they know the launch is strong and the hardware is obviously extremely capable, but they know that the great games are coming. Not just now, not just over the next year, but throughout the rest of the next generation. And so no one is going to be talking about teraflops. No one is going to be talking about RDNA. No one is going to be talking about heating unless it is actually an issue, but I think it's abundantly clear by now that Sony has that under complete control. Okay, nobody's going to be talking about heating. Nobody's going to be talking about all of these things that just simply do not matter. Okay, all of these things that were made up, that were clearly pushed to try to convince you that the PS5 was going to be a failure of a console, or at the very least, a very less console, a very inferior console. So just wanted to have this discussion. I thought it was important to have this discussion since we literally are just days away from this console launching, because the truth is, guys, as I said, I don't really plan to talk about this anymore. I just thought that this would make for a good video to just kind of wrap everything up, kind of reminisce. I know that many of you have been following the channel for quite some time and you have seen the rumors, you've heard the rumors, you followed them, and here we are. Here we are, the game's about to launch. Not the game, but the console and the games are about to launch. We're finding out that Resident Evil Village is going to run at 4K with ray tracing. And not only that, it's taking full advantage of all the other features that the PS5 offers as well. So that's going to do it for the video, guys. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. I will be very interested to see what you have to say. Leave the video a like if you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you're new. Hit the bell notification icon and feel free to share the video out on top of all that. But until next time, guys, take care.